first. Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to have a student 1-minute talk about their work, affiliation, and their research interests, which may guide us to better interaction during our scientific communication class. The first presenter will be Siti Zahrotul Jannah, and without further ado, the time is yours.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Siti Zahrotul Jannah. You can call me Zahro. I am graduated at Manwan Cirebon at 2018, and now I'm the last semester student at FISIC, Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Sciences, Institut Teknologi Bandung. And my interest research about materials and then nanoparticle, and learn about more nanoparticle or material and the function of that. And therefore, my final project, I take topic about nanoparticle, and hopefully from that I can be a researcher that can develop about nanomaterial and can give some benefit for community. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you to you all. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
I cannot share my PowerPoint, sir.
That's okay. At least you begin your talk in English, because that's the objective of today's session. And thank you. So should we call you Siti or Zahro? Zahro. Okay.
Yes, Zahro.
Okay. Thank you, Zahro. So let us invite our second presenter, Dara Rianti.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dara Rianti. You can call me Dara. I'm a fourth-year physics student in the Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Sciences. I joined the Earth Physics and Complex System Research Group. My research interest is about underground exploration with geophysical method. And my topic of final project is about groundwater investigation with geoelectrical method. That's all from me. If you are interested about my research, you can contact me via email dararianti15@gmail.com. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Dara, you have your advisor or topic of your final project at the moment?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you are working under Bapak who?
With Mr. Alamta.
Oh, okay. So with Pak Alamta Singaribut. Okay, thank you, Dara. We would like to continue our talk interaction with Jihan Shania.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wait a minute. Could you turn on your camera, please?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay, I would like to remind the rest of the student, if you already have your PPT ready, don't hesitate to share it on the screen so that everybody could see your PPT. But if you don't have it, don't worry, just present as it is. Okay, Jihan, time's yours.
Okay, before I'm sorry to not share my PPT because it's need a long time to loading it. So hello everybody. I'm Jihan Sania. You can call me Jihan. I'm a final year physics student at Institut Teknologi Bandung. I belong to the Complex System Scientific Group for research. I'm interested in sociophysics, economic physics, and data science topic such as customer behavior analysis, stocks, etc. This semester, I'm working on my final project to analyze the fear of guilt in decision making. Besides that, I'm also active in organizations such as Himafi, ITB, Research. For hobbies, I don't have a specific hobby. Sometimes I like reading books, painting watercolor, and will keep changing. For a future career, I keep trying several fields. If you have any questions, please let me know directly via email, Jihan SAN. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jihan. So you are working under Pak Acep?
Yes, with Mr. Acep.
And okay, so and then the topic is also related to sociophysics, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Jihan. Okay.
Thank you, Mr.
Let us move on. You're welcome. Move on to the fourth student, Hasan Mustafa. Sorry, Hasan Mustafa. Do we have Hasan Mustafa in the classroom? Okay, if not, we're going to skip Hasan Mustafa and then move on to Banafsai Fatia. Banafsaj or Banafsai? Fatia Nabila. Banafsaj, okay.
Wait.
Excuse me, boss. You have a text message.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. My name is Banafsat Fatia Nabila. You can call me Fatia. I'm a fourth year of physics student in Mathematics and Natural Sciences Faculty, ITB. I'm a member of Nuclear and Biophysics Research Group. My interest research are about nuclear energy, reactor design, and reactor accident. The topic of my final project is reactor accident analysis using the moving particle semi-implicit method or MPS method. Maybe that's all for me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So Fatia, have you decided on your final project topic with your advisor yet?
Yes, with Mr. Asriel Pramutadi.
Okay, with Mr. Asriel, and then the topic was the nuclear safety, if not mistaken.
Yes, yes.
Oh, okay. Is it the safety of the reactor or the safety of the radioactive material itself?
Safety on reactor.
Oh, okay.
Specific is freeze plug.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Fatia.
Yes,
so now let us move on to Anggun Yusifa. Is Anggun in the classroom?
Yes, sir. Okay. Hello, everyone. I am Anggun Yusifa. You can call me Anggun.
Oh, excuse me. Could you make your voice a little bit louder, because it is kind of soft in my speaker. Can you make it your voice louder, please?
Yes, sir. Hello, everyone. My name is Anggun. You can call me Anggun. I am a final year physics student at Bandung Institute of Technology. I am a member of the Biophysics and Medical Physics Scientific Group. For research, I am interested in the topics of radiotherapy, radiodiagnostic, radiation protection. I am currently working on my final project of the destination analysis using phantom CTDI. My hobbies are traveling and reading some books. If you have any question for me, you can call me via email. Thank you.
Okay, Anggun, are you also working on a measurement done in the hospital, or is it a numerical studies?
In hospital, sir.
Oh, okay, so have you your data from your advisor, or are you still working on the literature review at the moment?
At the moment, I'm still literature review.
Oh, okay, but in the future work, you will use the data from hospital
Yes.
measurement. So what is the phantoming? I'm assuming you are using X-rays or something like that.
I'm using a CT scan.
Oh, CT scan. Okay, okay, that's good.
Thank
Okay,
you,
thank
sir.
you, Anggun. Let us move on now to Nita Mitajiwan. Do we have Nita Juang in the classroom?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
We can hear you.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Hello everyone, my name is Nita Juang. I'm a final year's physics student in the Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Science, Bandung Institute of Technology. My research interest is exploration geophysics using geophysical methods such as geoelectric, seismic, gravitational, and magnetic methods. It is most often used to detect the position of useful geological deposits such as minerals, fossil fuels, and the other hydrocarbons. My final project research is about analysis of groundwater potential using 2D geoelectrical methods. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And then you are working under who's supervisor? Which supervisor?
My research project, sir.
Yes, your final project.
Analysis groundwater potential.
Okay.
With Dara, with Pak Mr. Alamta.
Oh, okay. With Miss Pak Alamta Sinaribun. Okay. Okay. So you're working together with Dara also, I guess.
Yes.
Oh, okay. 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 Thank you, Anita.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So we have Hasan Mustafa in the classroom, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, Hasan Mustafa, I guess. Could you hear me, Hasan? Hasan?
Hello?
Yes. Yes?
Okay.
Okay. So Hasan, I think I have called your name. So is it okay for you to speak about yourself now?
Yeah, I think okay.
Okay. So please turn on your camera and then you may begin your introduction.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Hasan Mustafa. I'm 6-year student in physics. My final project is about crack detection using deep learning in rock. And yeah, just it.
Okay, what about your hobby? Do you have hobbies or favorite activities?
My hobby is working in data science, big data, and etc. And my hobby also, I have hobby also, I also have hobby with trading cryptocurrency.
Oh, in terms of the cryptocurrency, do you look upon it, or you make some models, or do you just make some kind of a small investment on it?
I'm just make a small investment on it.
Oh, okay.
For a moment.
And then learn how to proceed with the buying and selling
Yeah.
activities.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Hassan.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, let us move on to the next presenter. May I invite Eva Francisca? Okay, is Eva Francisca in the classroom? Okay, if not, we're going to move on to Nazlia Azahra. Do we have Nazlia Azahra in the classroom?
Yes, sir. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Assalamualaikum and good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
My name is Nazlia Zahra, and you can call me Nazlia. I'm currently a final year student at the Department of Physics, Bandung Institute of Technology. And in this major, I took the Medical Physics Research Group, and I'm interested in learning about medical, radiology, radiotherapy. And my final project topics is about KA and KC radiology using CT scan. And after graduating from physics major, I want to continue my career in medical physics, especially in nuclear medicine and also radiotherapy. And that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Nazlia. So I'm assuming that you are working under Pak Freddy or Burena?
Pak Freddy.
With Pak Freddy, okay. And you also working together with Anggun, or is it a separate? Or is it a separate work?
Working together with Anggun, but
okay.
It's different.
So I'm assuming that you are also going to work on CT scan or different methods? Or CT scan also. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Nazria.
Thank you.
Let us move on to the next presenter, Felix Cahyadi.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear my voice clearly?
Yes, we can hear your voice.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. Oh, sorry, I forgot to turn my camera on. Okay. So good morning, everyone. My name is Felix Cahyadi, and I am a fourth-year physics student at Institut Teknologi Bandung. I am interested in the field of quantum information, and I'm also working on my bachelor thesis right now under the supervision of Dr. Andi Octavian Latif, and it's about non-definite causal structure in quantum switch. Basically, I am studying about a non-usual way to do quantum computing. Also, lately I have been learning German because I am planning to further my studies there. And I think that's all that I can tell about me. Nice to meet you and have a nice day. If you are interested in further collaboration, you can contact me at you can contact me via email.
Okay, thank you, Felix. So I'm assuming you're working under Pak Freddy Zen or other?
Under Dr. Andi Octavian.
Oh, okay, with Pak Andi. Okay, and then you are planning to go to graduate study in Germany? Have you have a selection of university that you want to go there?
I think I'm planning to apply on an Erasmus scholarship.
So Erasmus, I guess, is in Holland or in Germany?
No, so basically every Erasmus program has they have a joint collaboration between universities, so that you can take your courses in different countries.
In different countries, as long as it is a European Union. Yeah, okay. Good luck for that. And yeah, and with Pak Andi also working on quantum computing. Okay, that's cool. That's very good. Okay, thank you, Felix. And then we could move on to Adrio Rifan.
Is my voice clear?
Your voice is clear, but your camera is not
Sorry.
on yet.
Sorry. Okay. Hello everyone. Good morning. My name is Adelia Bahrain. I am currently a four-year undergraduate physics student of Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Science, Bandung Institute of Technology. I've graduated from Yasudarso High School, Kerawang in 2018, and now I am a member of Physics of Magnetism and Photonics Research Group, mainly in photonics, and currently under the guidance of Mr. Alexander Iskandar. My research interests are the optical response of photonic material, and my research topic for the final project is study of optical response of photonic crystals. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Adrio. And you are preparing for your first defense, I guess?
Yes.
Okay, so good luck with that. Yeah, because everybody here who are in their senior year are expected to deliver their defense, I guess, in a week or two to come. So they also need to take this class as a preparation to do their defense, whether it's in their first or their final defense. Okay, thank you, Adri. The next presenter, I would like to invite Musharofah. Do we have Musharofah in the classroom? Okay, so if Musharofah is not in the classroom, I would like to invite Chiska Rahmatun Rizki. Do we have Chiska in the classroom? Okay, if not, we are going to move on to Jihad Fahri. Do we have Jihad in the classroom? Ah, okay. Okay. Okay, Jihad, you may prepare your... Okay.
Assalamualaikum. Hi, my name is Jihad Fahri Ramadan. And you can call me Fahri. I'm physics student in Institute Teknologi Bandung. I haven't taken the final project yet, but I'm interested to instrumentation and computational physics group, mainly instrumentation section. I'm part-time worker at RAS in General Affairs Department and sometimes as inputter for vaccination data. I like cooking, riding at night, and some mechanical activity, I guess. Thank you for your attention all. Nice to meet you.
Okay, nice to meet you. So you are planning to go to the physics instrumentation and computation. Have you decided on which supervisor that you were going to work under?
Pamaman, maybe.
Okay, with Pamaman, but you haven't decided yet at the moment, right?
Yes.
And then about your hobby, is it related to game or something, or is it more on the?
My hobby is cooking, riding, and some mechanical activity.
Okay. Okay. Nice to hear about it. Okay, thank you, Fahri, for telling us about yourself for this session. Okay, so now we could move on to the next student, which is Salma Arida.
Hello. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
Hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Salma Arida Mufiha. You can call me Salma. I am a final year physics student in Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Science in Institute Teknologi Bandung.
Oh, I'm sorry, your camera is turned off.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay. I'm doing my undergraduate thesis in Physics for Electronic Materials Research Group, especially in nanomaterial research. In this research, my team and I synthesizing zinc oxide nanoparticles and will try to use it in cosmetics. I graduated from SMA 3 Garut in 2018. That's all about me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So are you currently in your home, or is it in a train, if I'm not mistaken?
I'm in train, Mr.
Okay, so how is the connection inside of train? Is it good or?
It's quite good.
Oh, okay. So you are traveling at the moment, or you are coming to Bandung or something?
I'm on my way to my home.
Oh, okay. Okay. So this is the first time that I saw a student presenting inside of a train, so it kind of fascinates me. Okay, thank you, Salma, for sharing your introduction. Really cool. They have a good connection inside of the train for that. Okay, so let us move on to the next student, Osama Muhammad Fikri.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, Osama. Okay. Okay, you may start your introduction.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, hello everyone. I'm Osama Fikri. You can also call me Osa. I'm undergraduate college student, 6th semester from major of Library and Information Science, Faculty of Communication, Universitas Pajajaran. I have a big interest related with communication, library and information, museum topics, but feel free to discuss any kind of topic with me. I'm here to willing to learn more about scientific communication here, so I hope I will doing well in this course. If you have any question, feel free to contact me later. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, we have a what do they call it? There's a terminology in the exchange. Okay, an exchange student from Unpad. We have Osa, and we have actually not only Osa, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 students from Unpad who are going to join the scientific communication class, which is the first time we have exchange student, and therefore we hope also that this class will be beneficial not only for physics students, but also for those of exchange students who took this class as their electives. And so also you are coming from the library studies, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, I'm from Library and Information Science.
Okay, so do you also learn about the arrangement or the management of, for example, certain scientific publications, for example? Or are you still learning on the basics or the theories regarding the library management?
No, our test to sometimes our exam semester test it we create a article publication. We learn the presentation information too, and we learn more about scientific journal too. We create that to finish our exams test.
Okay, so don't be hesitate to because most of the students who are enrolled in this class is coming from physics. It doesn't mean that you need to take a topic in physics, because you also may choose a topic from your discipline, so that we can do some kind of interdisciplinary scientific communications class instead of just a physical science oriented class. So if you are interested in scientific or physics or technology topics, it's okay. But if you also want to broaden a topic from your own discipline regarding the library management or knowledge management or information management that you learn from your discipline, don't be hesitate to bring up that issue, because we also in physics need to learn about how we maintain our information management, because scientific research that is done in physics since the beginning of 19th century until now probably still need to be managed, so that every knowledge that people have from different institution and from different university, etc. and so on, could be compiled and then could be selected or could be sorted into a certain way, so that the information about that research could be attainable by students, by other researchers, etc. and so on, easily and freely, for example. Okay, thank you, Wasa. It's nice to have you in our class, so that we could have different perspective on our scientific communication class, not only talking about physics and science and technology, but also other different things. Okay, let us move on to next presenter, which is Lira Senja. Do we have Lira? Okay, we have, I see Lira's, okay, turning on his, sorry, not his, but her camera. So the time is yours.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Lira Senja Alfitra, and you can call me Lira. And I'm from Bandung and was born in September 27, 1999. I'm a fourth student in physics, and my interest is medical physics. So my topic for my final project is about IMRT, or intensity modulated radiation therapy. My hobbies are cooking, photography, and traveling. And if you have a question or want to know more about my topic, don't hesitate to contact me via email, lirasenja36@gmail.com. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I'm assuming you're working under Pak Freddy also, or with Bu Rena?
Pak Idam.
Okay, with Pak Idam Arif. Okay, okay. And then it will be concentrated for therapy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, radiation therapy.
Radiation therapy. Okay, so it's more on. So X-ray is not a therapy, but you basically expose a certain part of human body for treatment and medicate the illness. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Lira. And then moving on to the next presenter, Maria Cindrawati.
Okay, good morning, Mr. Hari and all my friends here. Hello.
Hello.
First of all, thank you for giving me the opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Maria Cindrawati. You can call me Cindra. I'm a final semester physics student at Bandung Institute of Technology. I belong to the Complex System and Earth Physics Research Group in the Mathematics and Science faculty. For research, I'm interested in the topic of subsurface reservoir characterization, such as oil and gas reservoir, geothermal, and shale gas. I'm also interested in topic on rock physics. Right now, I'm currently working on my final project on subsurface reservoir characterization, specifically about shale gas. And my hobbies are reading comic, watching some movies, and listening to music. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So you are working with Pak Bagus?
Yes.
At the moment? Okay.
Yes,
and then you are working in a certain geothermal or in oil field or gas field. Do you have already a specific topic yet, or you're still working on the literature review?
About shale gas, sir.
Okay, okay. So you are involved in the shale gas research that Pak Bagus has, And then, if I'm not mistaken, the shell gas was on the South Sumatra location, or is it in Java?
In South Sumatra.
On South Sumatra. Okay, so that's okay. Okay, thank you, Maria.
Okay, thank you,
And
sir.
then well, you're welcome. And then we are moving on to Daro Rodiansyah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, sir. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Darul Roni Rodiansyah. My name is Darul Roni Rodiansyah. I'm a member of Energy and Environmental Materials Laboratory, Department of Physics, Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Sciences, Institut Teknologi Bandung. I'm a final year undergraduate student, and I am interested researching energy storage system, especially supercapacitor. Supercapacitors will be very useful in the future. I hope to develop research and industry in Indonesia. Scientific communication is an important subject to support my goals. Actually, my English is bad, but I will study earnestly. Support and assistance from lecturers and friends is very valuable to me. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So if you are if you are coming from that lab, it means that you are working under Payudi or Pamikra, if I'm not mistaken.
Dr. Ferry Iskandar.
Oh, with Pak Ferry. Okay, there's another person. Okay. Don't be hesitating about your English, because most of you already learned English since junior high, if I'm not mistaken. So the problem with speaking English in Indonesia is that you didn't do much when you have the opportunity, because we speak in Indonesian most of the time, and then when we are moving to Bandung, sometimes we also speak in Sundanese, so therefore we don't have that many opportunity to speak in English. But don't be hesitating about it, because even in in some countries where English is their main language of communication, their accents and their dialects sometimes is not understandable even for us as a learner. So it doesn't. So our basic knowledge on English, it doesn't mean that we cannot use it to as a way to communicate, because as long as we have the time and as long we have the courage to speak in the English language, then our skills becomes more and more refined, because we already knew about the theory from our school experience, but now is the time for us to do the action, to do the activities itself. So don't be hesitating in speaking in English, because I'm guessing that if you're working under Paferi, especially when you are asked to write articles in the future, it will be in English. So get ready with that. Okay, so don't be hesitating with your current knowledge, because language ability can be improved from time to time as long as we have that willingness to improve ourselves. Okay, thank you. And then
I will study
we will. So it is also for everybody. Okay, so let me move on to the next presenter, which is Hadidah Nur Al-Falah. Okay, do we have Hadidah on the classroom? Okay, how about moving on to Radinal Satrio?
Okay, Mr. Could you hear me?
Yes, clearly.
Okay. Okay. Wait. Can you see me?
Yes, we can see your face.
Okay. Thank you so much for warm introduction, Mr. Harry. Greetings, good day. My name is Radinal Satrio. I'm currently in Pajajaran University, majoring in literature, and previously I graduated from SMA Negeri 3 Bandung. My research interests include environmental science such as climate change, and then psychology of science and human behavior. Lastly, maybe cultural studies. For current work, because I'm still in my second year, so I try to be indulge myself in translation and writing kind of course. Yes, so I did a freelance writer. If you want to ask and have a chit chat with me, we could chat at my email, which is radinalsatrio using H. So it's radinalsatrio@gmail.com, or just hit me up at my LinkedIn, linkedin.com/in/radinalsatrio. Thank you so much for a warm welcome, Mr. Harry, and all of the students here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Radinal. And then before you are on your second year, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, second year. And what literature is it? English literature, French literature, or Indonesian literature?
Actually, Mr. This is really far. I'm from Arabic literature, so
Arabic literature. Okay, so from Arabic literature.
Yeah, so it's
that's
kind
okay. That's okay.
No.
As long as you have that some kind of an interest in communications, then I guess since our class is an elective in Unpad, then as long as you have that interest and also that motivation to improve or to make benefits from this class, then it's okay to take this class even though you're still on the second year of your study. So as I mentioned earlier, especially for those who are not coming from physics study program, you may choose your topic based on your own discipline or dealing with public communication or scientific communication in general, not in the perspective of scientists, not in the perspective of researcher or a science student. But you could also took different approach, such as from a social studies perspective or from the public or a general public perspective regarding communications, regarding scientific communication in general, etc. and so on. So as long as you have that motivation and also that aims or goals to make benefit from this class, then and then you have that determination to do all the activities that we are planned in this class, then you will be fine. You will be okay in taking this class. Okay, thank you, Radina.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Have a good day.
Okay, so the next presenter will be, okay, I'm choosing my own students, Amanda Clara Dwi Putri. Do we have Amanda? Okay.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Amanda Clara Dwi Putri. You can call me Manda or Amanda. I'm a final year physics student in the Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Sciences, Bandung Institute of Technology. For my final project, I'm joined the Earth Physics and Complex System Physics group, especially in Earth Physics, with the topic of my final project being agricultural geophysics. On the other hand, I have always been interested in books, data, research, and education. Besides the academic activity, I have joined the Basic Physics Laboratory as an assistant coordinator for a basic physics experiment. Okay, maybe that's all from me. I would love to discuss if you have any question. So keep me up on my email amandaclaradiputri@gmail.com. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I don't have many questions for you because we always communicate time. Okay, so thank you, Amanda. Let us move on to the next student, which is Sandy David Tambunan. Okay, do we have Sandy David Tambunan? Okay,
yes, sir.
We have Sandy here. Okay,
Hello.
time is yours.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Hey, good
My
morning.
name is Sandi David Tambunan. I am an undergraduate student of the Physics Department, Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Science, Institut Teknologi Bandung. I have graduated from SMA Cendana Pekanbaru in 2018, and now I'm interested in the research group of nuclear physics and biophysics, and currently under the guidance of Mr. Dwi Irwanto for my final project. My final project is about nuclear reactor design and analysis using program-based Monte Carlo nanoparticle, and hopefully I can finish my project and graduate this year. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, we're also hoping everybody who are planning to graduate this year will able to make their graduation on time. So working on research by Padui on
Yes.
reactor safety, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, nuclear reactors.
Okay,
Design analysis.
and it is numerical studies.
Yes.
And then based on a certain, is it based on a certain real reactor, or is it a just a safety scenario, or do you know about it?
Just safety scenarios.
Okay, so it doesn't it does not related to any accidents that happens in some reactor, but it is a scenario where we could approach to the assessment of the accidents if happens in the reactor. If not, okay, thank you. Let us move on to the next presenter, which is Muhri. Do we have Muhri Izzat? Okay, do we have Muhri Izzat in the classroom? Okay. Okay. If we don't have Muhri, we would like to continue with Denny Ramdhani.
Okay. Could you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Denny Ramdhani. You can call me Denny. I am a fourth-year student, physics student in Mathematics and Natural Sciences Faculty, Institut Teknologi Bandung. I have interested in data, computational physics, and photonic physics. Therefore, I joined magnetism and photonic physics research group, especially photonic physics. And my topic final project is the study of optical response of metasurface. Thank you for attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And then you are working under a supervisor, right? Could you tell us who is your supervisors?
My supervisor is Mr. Alexander.
Oh, is basically, are you working the same project with Adrio, or is it different?
Yeah.
Or more or less, it's the topic is different, but you are working under Pa Alex.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Denny. So now let us move on to the next presenter, Firas and Umilah. Do we have Firas? Okay, we do have Firas. It's just that the camera is not turning on, and okay, so it's turned on and the microphone is on. Okay, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam.
Hello everyone. My name is Firas An Umilah. I'm a fourth-year physics student in Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Science, Institut Teknologi Bandung. I'm joined Earth and Complex System Physics Research Group for my final project. My research topic for my final project is about animal swimming, and I'm currently still working on simple modeling using open form. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm sorry, could you confirm your research topic is what?
Animal swimming.
Excuse me?
Animal swimming.
Animal swimming?
Yeah.
Oh, you model how animal is swim inside of water?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm still simple modeling instead.
Okay, so it's basically a biomechanic modeling, or is it different?
Yeah. Biomechanic.
And could we and may I know who is your supervisors?
Mr. Rizky Arbi.
Oh, Pak Arbi. Oh, so okay. So you are coming from FBSK, so working under Pak Arbi. So Pak Arbi, I guess, is an expert in fluid dynamics, and then the topic itself is related to the movement of a living animal, okay, inside of water, and then how the fluid dynamics is work on that object. Okay, thank you, Firas. That's clear. That's make the explanation more clearer. Okay, thank you. Okay, so Firas is from FBSK as well. Okay, so the next presenter will be, so let me see. In my list, we have several students who are not speaking yet. So I would like to invite Ella Fatasya Nur Rahmafika. Do we have Ella here?
Yes, Mr.
Okay.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Ella Fatasya Nur Rahmafika. You can call me Ella. I am a media production management student, Faculty of Communication Science, Pajajaran University. This first year is my second semester. I joined student exchange program to Bandung Institute of Technology, and I took scientific communication class. I entered for media research because media is my study program. I learned how to manage media, produce media, create content, etc. That's all about me. Hope we can be friends and know each other. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ella. So you are from media communications. So are you focusing on television, newspaper, or advertising, or new media?
I'm focused on television.
On television. Okay, so so there are two types. So I'm sorry for my lack of knowledge, but as far as I know, that in communication in television media, you have news channel, okay, news television, and also non-news. So you are more focusing on the news television or the general television?
In a general.
In a general, okay. So what interesting is that in terms of scientific communication, even though in general television they have news channel, they have news hour, right? For example, if I'm going to tell an example from MNC, for example, MNC television, they have or they broadcast a news hour at 6, 12, and also at 4, right? And they have limitation in terms of their broadcasting, and then the way that they broadcast or communicate about certain disaster that is related to science. So for example, like volcano eruptions, earthquake, etc., and so on. Sometimes they are not using the correct terminology that we usually have in science. So that is probably one of the topics that you may look for it, whether I'm just going to relate your discipline with ours at the moment. So yeah, so so what I've seen from a day-by-day activities is that when they broadcast a certain information regarding natural disaster, for example, sometimes they are using the correct terminology compared to those who are dealing in news television stations. So probably you can make you can choose that topic for your assignment here in scientific communication, or any other topics that interest you, because again, communicating science throughout different media nowadays are, especially in new media like video sharing like YouTube, and then similar platform with that, such as TikTok, Facebook, etc., and so on. There are many content creator that is based on science and technology, but lack supervision. So there are not many experts who will not judge, but to not criticize, but to evaluate whether the content itself is correct or appropriate, etc., and so on. So probably that also becomes a topic that may interest you, or you can choose any other topic that is related to science, or maybe your own discipline in media communication. Okay, so feel free to explore. Feel free to explore the things that is going to be taught in this class, because hopefully it will be beneficial for everybody here, and not only from the physics department, but also for those who are student exchange who took this class as their elective. Okay, thank you, Ella.
Okay, thank you, Mr.
Okay, so moving on to the next presenter, Melissa Damayanti.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I would like to say thank to Mr. Hari for being willing to teach us in the scientific communication class. And then I would like to say hello to all my friends here. Let me introduce myself. My name is Melissa Damayanti. You can call me Melissa. I'm an undergraduate student. Precisely, I'm a fourth-year student from Physics Department ITB. I'm working on my final project in the Biophysics Research Group with a special topic of electroencephalography under the supervision of Bu Siti Nurul. And my final project title is the effect of montage change on electroencephalography readings in medical systems. Why I chose this topic? Because I really love to learn about brain, about data, about human behavior. So I enjoy doing my final project research. So if you have any questions regarding my topic or my interest, you can contact me. And thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you, Melissa. So are you planning to work also with hospital patient data for your study, or is it purely numerical, or the data is an arbitrary data?
No, I doing the research in the laboratory, only.
Okay, so it's a laboratory study. Okay, thank you, Melissa. So now we could move on to the next presenter, Bunga Edenia.
Yeah. Oh, okay, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Well, let me introduce myself. Good day, everyone. My name is Bunga Edenia Nandana Srani Gultam, and you can call me Bunga. I'm the last year semester of I'm the last year student on Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Science, and I'm from Medan. I'm 22 years old, and my topic interest is about digital work physics. And my title for final draft is about study correlation between the elastic properties and the microstructure properties of instant concrete sample based on microcity digital image analysis. And I'm under guidance with Mr. Foya El-Jabar. And a brief description about my final draft is I will use a concrete and then I will use a microcity to obtain its digital image, and then I'm using the software named City Analyzer or called CTN, and I will analyze its internal structure before and after compressive strength test. Okay, and my hobby is I don't have a specific hobbies, but maybe listen to music. I think it's enough, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Listening to music is this in line with Pafoye's hobbies as well, I guess, because he's not a musician, but he's also have a hobby in playing guitar as well. So Bunga, I guess your topic related to the compressive test comparison in CT scan from concrete. I have not supervised but examine one of Pafoye's students in the past. So I'm just going to verify, is it still on the same in the same object with the Bursa Efek Jakarta concretes topic, or is it different?
No, is it different, sir? And in the past research, Kak Adika, he will use different aggregate and using 5 concrete, but in my research I only use 1, and it's a different concrete. I'm using a instant concrete, and it's different with him.
So I'm guessing that you are building your own concrete, or is it already available for you?
Already available, sir.
Oh, okay. So I guess the people who are from civil engineering study in UI, I guess they provide you the concrete and then you measure the concrete.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it's still working. So it's still a collaboration between Pafoye and Ibu. I don't remember what is her name. Still a collaboration between Pafoye and then the civil engineering UI, right? Or is it with different?
I think it's different, sir. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Bunga.
Well, thank you, sir.
Okay, let us move on to the next presenter, which is Gelar Subakti Ramdhani.
I am here, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. Before I'm introduction, I'm very sorry. I am using the mask. I am using the head cap because now I am in hospital.
Okay.
Again, introduction. My name is Gelar Ramdhani. You can call me Gelar. I am a student on the MKBM ITB Unpad program. At Unpad, I am student at in the dental continuing education program, specialization in dental maxillofacial. I'm sorry. At Unpad, I am a student in the dental continuing education program, Department of Dental Maxillofacial Radiology. Now I am the second semester. My hobby, reading book, writing, traveling, and culinary. I hope I get some knowledge about scientific communication in the lecture. Okay, thank you. I think it's enough.
Okay, before you are moving on with your activities there, because are you in so you are currently in hospital? Are you
student.
What as a student? But
Yes,
do you have
resident program.
oh, okay. Okay, so are you busy with your residency at the moment? Sorry.
Yeah. Today is no busy.
Okay. So today you are free in joining the class. I hope, because if
Okay.
you are taking your residency and then you need to watch for patient at the moment, I don't want to bother you too much with questions. Okay.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
I'm very
Okay.
enjoy in this lecture.
Okay. Thank you, Glad. Okay, so good luck with your residency, and then if you're going to choose any medical related topics, it's okay for this class. If you also want to talk about the technology or the physical application that you are utilizing in dental works, it's also fine. So don't hesitate to choose any topics that interest you later on for this class. Okay, thank you, Claire.
You are welcome. Thank you, Mr. Hari.
Okay, so moving on to the next presenter, Miranda Sitompul.
Yes, sir. Hello, let me introduce myself. My name is Miranda Sitompul. I am a final year physics student in Mathematics and Natural Science Faculty at Bandung Institute of Technology. My research interest is about geophysics and geotechnical. I'm joining the complex system and earth physics research group. My final project is about earth physics with the title Determine the bearing capacity of the pile using the seismic shock test method in the X area. That's all about me. Oh, my supervisor is Mr. Gunawan. And that's all about me. For attention, I say thanks.
Okay, thank you. Miranda. I guess working with Pak Gunawan Handayani, you need to measure some pile tests. Do you already have the data, or you are planning to conduct measurement later on?
Excuse me, sir, I don't hear well because my internet.
Have you already have your data for your final project?
Data? No, I'm not yet.
Not yet. So in the future, Pak Gunawan will ask you to measure some pile test data from one specific site.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So that's the plan. Okay. Thank you, Miranda.
You're welcome, sir.
Moving on to the next presenter, Mulia Sujiastuti.
Oh, yes, sir. Okay, please. Okay, could you hear me, Mr. Hari?
Yes, we could hear you.
Okay. And can you see me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Mulia Sujiastuti Wahyono. You can call me Mulia. I'm an undergraduate student at Physics Institute Teknologi Bandung. And I also a member of Magnetics and Photonics Research Group, Physics Institute Teknologi Bandung. So my research interest is about scattering problem, nanophotonics, and nonlinear optics. And my final project is scientific aggregates. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mulia. So you are working under Pak Rahmat or Alex or?
Mr. Alex.
Okay, with Pak Alex, also with Adrio and with Denny. If I'm not mistaken. Right. Yes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So So the three of you are planning to have your defense this semester, or do you have a different date for defense?
Different topics, but the working under same with Mr. Alex.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mulia. Thank you for
Yeah.
your introduction, so that we could now moving on to. Okay. Moving on to the next presenter, which is Destira.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Destira Kartika Rahmadianti, and I am a final year physics student from Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Sciences at Bandung Institute of Technology. And I am also an alumni from SMA Negeri 8 Bandung. I'm currently interested in topics related to complex system field, especially physics modeling that are using animals logic, such as alarm intelligence and also physics model. In my free time, I like to draw cartoon, and I am currently learning on making digital art. And so this semester I will be focusing on finishing my final project, and hopefully I can graduate this year. Thank you. That's all from me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So regarding the application of neural network in complex system, it means that you are working under Pacha.
Yes, under Mr.
Okay.
Acep
And
supervised.
then the complex system is related to the information management, or is it related to some phenomena, some activities?
Actually, I haven't decided on the specific topic yet, but I think it's gonna be about some phenomena.
Excuse me?
I think it's going to be about phenomena in I still don't know yet what it's going about. But my topic is maybe it's about fixed model or swarm intelligence.
Applied in but the field of study haven't been decided yet. I guess you just knew that you just knew about the method, but not really sure about what subject that you're going to apply that.
Yes.
Okay. Destira. Okay. So before I'm moving on with the rest of the student, is it a real behind you? Is it a real cars?
Yes.
You collect buses and cars over there?
It's my uncle's
collection.
Okay. He likes to collect bus.
Okay. Okay. Because the collection is really cool behind it. Okay. Thank you, Destira.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Hari.
Okay. Moving on to the next presenter, which is Muhammad Rafari.
Okay, you can hear me, sir?
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. I am Muhammad Rafli Indrakusuma. You can call me Rafli. I am from, basically, I last year student from Physics Department in Institute Technology Bandung, but I haven't took the final exam for yet. Okay, maybe years later. But I have planning to in instrumentation and computational physics, especially in instrumentation with maybe Pak Maman or Pak Miftah. Okay, I have a hobby in music. Also, I have a band. Also, I have interesting in electronics, like smartphone service. Okay, that's from me. Thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you. So should we call you Muhammad or Rafli?
Rafli.
Rafli. Okay. Thank you for sharing your background story, your background information about your interest and also your student profile. Yeah, for those of you who are so in terms of speaking in foreign language like English, for example, yes, that we may need time, we may need some kind of exposure and also experience in using the language, but we also need to improve ourselves so that the terminology that we want to say is spoken in the correct way, and also better understanding and then better improvement, and then keep on learning and then keep on practicing by time to time. It's going to be the subject of this class. Basically, on the beginning, maybe you are not able to deliver simple information such as ourselves, etc., and so on. But later on, hopefully, after we're done with the class, you have that basic ability in terms of explaining some process and explaining some topics that relates to our discipline, etc., and so on, in a chronological way, in a sophisticated way, and then we also have that ability to communicate that story of our interests to a certain type of audience. Okay, thank you, Rafli.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, and then moving on to the next student, which is Nadia Putri. Do we have Nadia Putri in the classroom? Okay, if we don't have Nadia Putri in the classroom, we could move on to the, I think it is, well, based on my list, it will be the last student that need to present in today's session, which is Fahrisa Nur Adelia Bahraini. Okay, this is such a long name. I'm sorry for if I pronounce it incorrectly. Okay, so Nadia is not present, so we have Fahrisa. Okay, the time is yours.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hi everyone, my name is Fahrisa Nur Adelia Bahraini. You can call me Nurfa. I am majoring in the Department of Physics, Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Sciences, Institut Teknologi Bandung. In my 4th year in college as an undergraduate, I became interested with several research or topic, but now I'm focused on research talk about hydrocarbon reservoir rocks. Like currently, I'm trying to characterize some sample using several different techniques, like such as micro-CT scan, scanning electron microscopy, and the last is XRD or X-ray diffraction. My senior also do this research characterization, use different techniques such as petrography, and XRF. My final project is about this research too, and if you guys are interested with same research or topic as me, we can learn together or discuss together. And you can also contact me via WhatsApp or line that I show you in the slide. I think that's it. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, so Nurfa, multi-technique for characterization, are you using seismic method or is it digital rock physics, or are you implementing many? Okay, so it's more focusing on digital rock physics.
Yes.
Okay. So you are working under Pak Umar or Pak Fuyes supervising?
Pak Foye.
Okay, with Pak Foye. Okay. So are you aware with the samples that you're going to measure? Is it a real, is it coming from a real hydrocarbon reservoir rocks, or is it different? Or do you have, are you aware with the samples that you're going to measure?
Actually, my sample, I have my sample from Pak Foye. That is like a project, a big project with Pertamina.
With Lemigas, I guess. With Pertamina or Lemigas?
Pak Foye told me it's from Pertamina, sir.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know.
Okay.
But I just used two sample. And the techniques is from what Pak Foye told me, or what discussion final is.
Okay, so the characterization is more on the petrophysical properties or with transport properties? Do you know?
It's more in petrography, sir.
So porosity, saturation,
yes,
and
porosity, permeability, and for
permeability and
have,
saturation.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Nurfa. So based on my list, we already skimmed for 36 students who are participating in this class. So do we have students who are not presenting yet at the moment? Do we have students that are not listed in the attendance list, the formal attendance list that we have from the ITB academic system? Do we have students here who haven't presented about themselves yet? Okay, could I verify? Do we have Mohri Iza in the classroom? Okay, do we have Eva Francisca in the classroom? Okay, do we have Hadidah Nur El Falah in the classroom? And then do we have Musharrafah in the classroom? And do we have Nadia Putri Riyadi in the classroom? Or do we have anybody who haven't presented yet? Okay then, so if they are not, then I think we are done with our student introduction. Thank you all for your participation and also your willingness to share your background, your affiliation, and also your interest in terms of research, in terms of your hobbies, in terms of your current activities. Because the objective of doing this type of activities is not as a tool for us to ice-breaking the atmosphere for our class activity, but also to start your experience in communicating or in speaking some topics in English, because that is not something that you will usually do in your daily activities probably. And so this opportunity is basically given for you to have that experience and to have that starting point, because later on we're going to spare session for 3 minutes presentation, for 8 minutes presentation, also for full 15-minute presentation, just like when we have a meeting or presentation in an annual meeting or in scientific annual meeting. Okay, so let me share you the, okay, so it's already screen share, so I just could move on to the tentative course schedule. We already done with the introduction of our class, and then we already done our 1-minute self-introduction from myself and also from the students. And then our next, okay, I have to be admit to you, I have to be truthful to you that most of the topic that we are going to cover in the next 6 weeks, okay, so from choosing your research topic, research management, how to avoid plagiarism, reviewing the scientific literature, scientific writing, etc., and so on, will be a descriptive and one-way lecture. It probably will bore you sometimes because my tone is a little bit flat. I don't have that ability to raise and down the intonation to make your focus on the lecture more easily, because I tend to speak a little bit flat, but I'm trying to make the class interesting whatsoever, and then after that we're going to work on your paper introduction, okay, with your paper introduction, and after that we're going to start the 3 minutes presentation and later on. Okay, so we're going to stick well, I guess we need to make some kind of adjustments after the PRS, okay, after the confirmed number of students who is going to enroll with this class fixed, so that after that we could move on, we could start the scientific paper draft submission, and then the first presentation, the second presentation, the final paper submission, and then the last oral presentation, and then the poster presentation. Okay, so for the first 6 weeks of our class will be done, okay, will be used as a theoretical background for creating a scientific manuscript and scientific presentations. So be aware that at some point this course will be a little bit more how you say, probably in your perspective will be more bored, will be more dull. Okay, it's kind of it's more theoretical, so we don't have any choice to make it a little bit more brighter, to make it more fun and cool. So but nevertheless, if you could also find a better videos or materials that you can find in the YouTube regarding this subject, because these topics that I'm going to cover later on in the class should be readily available in YouTube or in many other media that tells more extensively about this topics. Okay, so if there are no questions from the students, I would like to move on, okay, on how to choose your research topic. Okay, so there are two basic questions regarding choosing your research topic, and then the first one is how do I find a research topic, and then how do I find identity. So how do I identify a research gap? Defining your research question and then introducing to abstract citation database application. So the first question, the main topic or the main question regarding this topic is how do I find a research topic? So the illustration that I mentioned here is that suppose you are lost in a forest and then you need to find your way out, and what would you do? Okay, so this is some kind of an analogy that I take when we are dealing with how to choose a research topic. It's just like when we have a problem, how do we solve it? Okay, when we have a certain problem, such as the simplest one, how could I find a correct meal for my lunch, for example? Or in this case that I given here, how do I find a way to get out of a forest, for example? So there are, so in the example given here is that we could choose to go off in some direction and hope that this will get us out, or we could ask ourselves questions such as, can I see landmarks, for example, a hilltop that allow me a view over a large area, or is there a river or a road that could lead me to populations so that I could ask for help there? And then is there any direction such as downhill in which I can see reasonably expect to find a way out? Or are there any signs of human activity such as traffic noise or smoke? Or do we have, could I see the sun, or could I see the stars or moons that will direct me into a certain, that will guide me, or that will help me in terms of which direction that I want to make in order to get out from that forest, etc., and so on. So to solve problems, the key is not to look for answer directly, but to ask the right questions. Okay. To solve your problem, the key is not to look for answers directly, but to ask the right question in order to solve, in order to get that answer. So if we pose enough questions, some are bound to the right ones. Asking questions is essential in research because the help give focus, and without such focus, we are groping in dark. Question posed and later pondered give needed direction to our research. So, for example, we are working on agricultural geophysics, for example. So we could ask ourselves about what type of object, for example, that we're going to observe, and then how to make the measurements, and then what are the materials that I need to prepare for making the measurements, and then what are the requirements, or what are the specification of a certain measurement for that experiment, for example, etc., and so on. So asking many questions, it will lead us to the development of the topics that we want to cover. But all of the question you ask, is it the right one or not? So of course not. So pose a lot of them. So asking a lot of questions probably will not relevant to your current research topic, but at least you ask them. At least you ask them, and then you may judge whether it is appropriate or not. So you have that direction, you have that control whether this question is related to your topic or not. So and so you can differentiate what are related questions and what are the unrelated questions, or you may differentiate whether this is important question and these are not so important question. And then from that differentiation, you may branch the topic itself, and then you may broaden the description on that respective sections. Breaking up the large question into smaller one usually helps in formulating those that leads to action that ultimately help solve the problem. Asking questions is central for a related reason, one that might seem vague, even mystical. Humans have great creative power, so use that ability to think, to pose questions, to ask ourselves, to ask more and more questions. The process by which this power is related to involve several steps. First, we think about a certain issue. So, for example, that I gave earlier is about agricultural geophysics. And then after having formed our thought, we translate them into words by either saying them out loud, okay, like the one that I'm practicing you at the moment that I'm showing you at the moment by saying them out loud. Okay, so if I'm dealing with measuring the growth of spinach, so I need to have a spinach plant, I need to have soil, I need to have water, I need to have nutrition, I need to have measurement equipment, I need to have graph, I need to have paper, I need to have computer to record, I need to have camera, etc. and so on. And from there, we can branch the topic more deeply. Okay, and then ultimately this sequence lead to action that allows us to modify our work, and thus we have the following chains of event: thoughts, words, and action. Okay, there is a simple technique that you can use to generate a large number of questions about a research topic. The simplest one is that you take pencils, you write down the topic, and then you branching out, and then you pose a lot of questions, and then you make connections with them, etc. and so on. Again, in the beginning, don't filter your questions. Okay, feel free to make questions. You may freely associate and write down everything that comes up to your mind, and then do this for an hour and then stop. As many effort at concentration is it best to this in an environment where you are alone, undisturbed, because any distraction can interrupt the flow of questions. So put out your gadget, put out your handphone, put out your gaming device, your computer, etc. and so on. Just write them in a piece of paper when you are calm, and then when you are focused in dealings with these activities. And then questions, of course, can arise in settings other than brainstorming session. Question pop-ups while reading a paper, listening to a seminar, or a random moment. Okay, so finding a research topic, the first one that I gave you earlier is to make a brainstorming of ideas. It is when you don't have any, if you want to brought up from yourself, is the best way for you to pose or to make association or to make some kind of ideas regarding that topic. Or you can join as a certain talk, you can watch a certain video, or you can watch a certain movie that may spark that interest, that may spark to that idea that may lead to your research, etc. and so on. Because sometimes the question will pops up when you are reading a paper, reading a newspaper, listening to a seminar, when you're watching someone else in days or night, when you are watching movies, when you are attending when you are attending a class, when you are eating in the restaurant, etc. and so on. To ensure that these questions are not lost, keep pencil and paper handy so that you can write them down easily. And then this can also be done in margin of wherever you are reading, or an index card kept close by. It is usual to carry a small question notebook suitably labeled with a big question mark on the cover. Or you may use your notes on your handphones or in your cell phone. Write them down on the notes and then save it. And then later on, when you are returned to home, you could copy it into your computer so that it will relate, or it will modify the thing that you already done previously. And then after you pose a lot of questions, the next step is to order and to prioritize questions. Okay, the list of questions made by free association and by collecting questions over time basically frames the problem or the problems that you are faced in your research. Usually embedded in the question you have formulated is a logical order, or perhaps initially hidden. Because research is more effective when its actions are well ordered. Once you have made a list of questions about the topic of your research, it is therefore appropriate to organize them. So it poses a lot of questions, it is part of the beginning process. And then after you're done with it, you make order and prioritize question, whether this is important, whether that is not important, whether this is related and then that is not related, etc. and so on. And then you make chronological order for such as the introduction, the method, the theory, the introduction, the theory, the method, and then the measurement analysis, etc. and so on. So here, prioritization of the different question can be accomplished by defining categories for those that are related to one another and then sorting the slips of paper within each category. The shuffling of questions can, of course, also be carried out on a computer since text can be placed at will on the screen. So turning question into work plan is the next step. The task of making a work plan is eased by starting with ordered list of questions and then translating the question into actions. Okay, so whatever background you bring to a problem, your quality as a researcher depends primarily on your ability to ask the right question. But that can happen only if you have, or if you pose lots of questions and you have that experience in doing these activities. Okay, in case you are doubt about this approach, watch leaders in research field during a seminar. These usually are the individuals who come up with numbers of questions. Their ability to generate questions, the product of an open mind, is no small factor in what makes them leaders in their field. So basically, these all small steps is probably hard in the beginning, especially for us, especially for you students, when you are dealing with writer's block, etc., and so on. But if you are regularly done this, and then you have that experience in generating questions, etc., and so on, later on you will be experienced to that, and then you have that ability to pose question and then to branching out the ideas that are coming out from your thought process. Okay, the thing that I'm giving here is not coming out from myself, but I'm just reciting the messages that is mentioned here in chapter 5 of The Art of Being a Scientist, a guide for graduate students and their mentors, which is published in 2009, which came out from the first edition. So if you have the ability to get this publication, I'm encouraging you to read it, because it provides you many information about how to be a good researcher, a good beginner researcher, a good students working on that are starting to working on their research, etc., and so on. Okay, so I guess that's all about choosing your research topic. Next time, in Monday, we will continue with how to manage our research, how to make research schedule, and how to organize our research. So sorry for taking too much time for today's session. I will stop the screen sharing now, and then I will stop the recording. Okay, thank you all for your attention. We'll meet again in Monday for discussing about the next session, which is the research management. Okay, thank you. Good morning and see you later.